Ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens, patriots, and comrades, good evening. I would like to address you on the way forward. The way forward for Kenyans, ordinary Kenyans, 99.9% of Kenyans who are not part of the political drama unfolding in our motherland. Our beloved country is at a political crossroad. We, the people of Kenya, will have to decide the correct path to turn to at this critical juncture. We must decide how we want to live with one another, how we want to coexist as neighbors and fellow citizens. We will have to choose our destiny as a country and the future of our children and our children's children. The destiny of generations to come is in our hands, not in the hands of a few selfish, privileged, cynical, and entitled elite. The decision of how we are going to move forward, backward, or to stagnate as a country is ours. For more than half a century, Kenya has been under the clutches of an immoral and selfish elite that has divided and manipulated us in pursuit of their personal, individual, and family interests. This must come to an end today, not tomorrow. For more than 55 years, the myopic elite has lied to Kenyans that our ethnic and cultural differences matter more than the issues that confront us together as a people. Issues of tribalism, unemployment, poverty, exploitation, homelessness, corruption, and theft of public resources by the elite, oppression, extrajudicial killings, violations of our human rights, and many other ills. For decades, the retrogressive elite has propagated a myth that one of our own must be in power for us to live a better life. The elite has distorted our history, manipulated and exploited our ignorance and fears in order to feather their nests. Their empty promises of a better life, quote unquote, have been the poison that dilated our hearts and weakened our determination. The propaganda of the immoral elite can't invalidate the truth. Whether we live in Bondo or Marsabit, in Kirinyaga or Eldoret, in Turkana or Mombasa, we, the people of Kenya, have been and are united in gnashing our teeth in poverty, exploitation, oppression, and anguish. The material conditions of 99% of Kenyans are the same. We all live in squalor, face economic hardships, and police brutality together. It doesn't matter if we are Luo or Kikuyu, Kalenjin or Kamba, Luya or Maasai, Ekigusi or Pokomo. We, the people of Kenya, have been living in poverty and sadness for decades, while the elite has been enjoying themselves in posh resorts with our hard-earned money, which they have looted. It is not a cliché to repeat the truism that there are only two tribes in Kenya, the rich and the poor. For more than 5 decades, the immoral elite has kept telling Kenyans that our lives would get better with time, that we only need to tighten our belts and trust them with our lives and our future. The cynical elite has been telling us to be patient and to wait as they gorge themselves with our land and tax money. The retrogressive elite has been preaching to us to accept the little we have, that quote-unquote God creates leaders, and that quote-unquote leaders are entitled to live in comfort and opulence, as we have continued to suffer and lived on leftovers. The entitled elite has been telling us to quote-unquote embrace peace and move on, when they are the ones who instigate, fuel, and promote the wars, divisions, antagonisms, and confrontations. Quote, we must preach reconciliation and peace, end of quote, they tell us, without caring to reflect on and address why the murderous security forces maimed and killed thousands of us as we supported their staged and manipulative causes. The immoral elite has kissed, hugged, and made up before the rivers of blood we shed in pursuing their selfish agendas, and our national interest have dried up, before grass has grown on the graves of the martyrs of the struggle. Consequently, we are not buying and will not buy their lies anymore. What patience and what peace are they talking about? Where do they want us to move to? Fellow patriots and comrades, today we are telling the selfish elite that we are not and will not be patient anymore. We are telling them that their peace is not our peace. Their mythical destination is not our destination. If we look at each other, if we honestly do, we see nothing else than the bitter truth that their Kenya is not our Kenya. Their peace, stability, and prosperity are inimical to ours. We are living in a defining moment. All attempts to liberate our beloved country have so far been sabotaged by the elite who has consistently conspired against us. Some of the leaders who have stood for positive, transformative change have suddenly and inexplicably abandoned us. They didn't bother even to consult us. They didn't care about our fresh wounds and the dead. Those who claim to be fighting for us, the people of Kenya, have joined the merchants of impunity. They have fortified the enemies of the people and tried to weaken us. The illegitimate, despotic Jubilee has gobbled up, compromised, and defeated some of our most dependable field marshals. Over the decades, the merchants of impunity have used assassinations or bribery of the liberation champions so as to undermine our struggle. That's how they conspired and murdered Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, and Chris Hani. However, this is not the time for recriminations or mourning. This is the time to break free from the culture of subterfuge, lies, and mythical spells of the immoral elite. We must break free from lies that have blindfolded us and concealed the evil intentions by the rapacious and greedy elite. We must break loose from the fatigues of the struggle and temptations and allures of state power and the emptiness of the PR stance. We have a right to our personal security, Kenyan passports, and the ability to travel in and out of the country. These are not privileges for the elite to boast of quote-unquote restoring upon us. We must resist all forms of compromise by the cynical elite is dangling before us. Their calls of unity and reconciliation are the poisoned chalice intended to kill our ripe revolution. A new revolutionary movement must emerge and will emerge to liberate our people once and for all. This is a moment we have never seen in our land before. The movement is ideologically pure, coherent, and pragmatic. It is solidly grounded on the existing concrete material conditions that we find ourselves in. It is led and will be led, welded together and propelled by organic, genuine, disciplined, focused, and courageous youth, women and men of integrity. This is a moment that will this is a movement that will positively and fundamentally change the lives of the people of Kenya forever. The times for deceptive leaders, the culture of impunity and empty promises is over. Join us to liberate Kenya from 55 years of organized elite deception, plunder, and confusion. The mother of all liberation battles begins on March 26, 2018. Viva a luta continua. A luta continua. Thank you.